Hi, my name is Jazmine Adel, and I teach at the East Feliciana STEAM Academy in the East Feliciana Parish School District. As an educator, I am most passionate about literacy in Louisiana Title I schools. The grade level of students that are taught in this video is grade 7. We're currently rounding out the novel of the guidebook unit, The Giver. The lesson objectives were for students to identify what shapes Jonas's reasons for wanting to escape from his community and how to analyze complex characters and how they develop and interact in the text. Prior to this lesson, in chapter 19, we read how Jonas was able to view a recording of his father euthanizing a baby twin boy. As this chapter has trigger warnings, to prepare for this upcoming lesson, we only try to reference the video or the recording, you'll hear me say, in order to reduce the trigger warning and to make students feel more comfortable, with the focus on why Jonas chose to escape instead of discussing the actual process of euthanasia or release.
All right, guys, so we just finished reading chapter 20 on pages 190 to 203. Tell me a little bit about Jonas's reaction. First of all, what is the information or the knowledge that he just learned? What is he reacting to? Go ahead, Ada.
He reacting to how he saw his dad kill that baby.
Okay.
That was
And what is the act called of killing? Release. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is record our thinking and our supporting evidence on column 1 under section 1 of the Giver Understanding tool. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and write your name and date. And again, we're going to focus on column 1. All right, so it says, section 1, understanding the ending of the giver. Complete the graphic organizer to analyze the ending of the giver. So, let's look at column 1. Different ways Jonas could have responded to his knowledge. Based on what we read, what was Jonas's reaction? I don't see as many hands as I would like, so let's turn and talk with our partners. I'll give you about 15 seconds. Go.
I feel like he was informed by ignoring the people that we want and allowing them
What do you all think? Okay, why do you think Jonas should be more understanding?
because he was like very upset. He was
kind of breaking it down. Like if he had actually went home and his mom and dad and they were trying to ask him really long.
Okay, and in Jonas' position as the receiver, could he have told his parents what was going on?
No, not really.
Why not? That was the easiest way.
For the rules, yes.
Okay. All right, so what are the different ways Jonas could have responded to his knowledge? Let's be ready to write. I did hear some good things from Tara Lynn. I did hear some good things from Tylana's group. But what was interesting, Aiden, can you share out what you and your partner said?
We said that he could be more understanding about it.
Okay. So to understand something, first of all, break down why you say he should be more understanding.
Because he should be more understanding because when he was crying and stuff, he was breaking down and he went home and his parents were trying to ask him what was wrong. But he couldn't tell them because it's against the rules.
Okay. So the word understanding is a good word, but I want to think of something that's synonymous. Could we say that in this situation, understanding could be synonymous with accepting? Could he have had acceptance for what he saw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go ahead and write acceptance due to the lack of space. I'm going to write on the side here. Okay. Let's see. So we have acceptance. And as Aiden and Andrew said, Jonas could have tried to understand. the process instead of getting what? Okay, let's use upset. How else could Jonas have reacted?
Could ignore it.
Okay, so tell me more about that ignoring. What does ignoring entail? What does that look like? After he ignores it, what could he have done?
Before his father.
Okay, so he could have ignored it and confronted his father.
Or told the community to warn him.
Or told the community to warn him. Okay, so now listen to what you said. If Jonas ignored it, confronted his father, and then told the community, that kind of would be an act of what? Think about it. The community standards are you don't question, you only follow the rules that's given. So if Jonas goes home and he confronts his father, and there's an exchange that ensues, Jonas is kind of acting in what? Rebellion. Okay? So he could have had rebellion, and I'm going to use your words. Jonas could have went home and confronted his father. However, think about it, because of the rules, if he would have confronted his father, what could have possibly been Jonas's consequence? Terrelyn? Okay, so he probably could have possibly been released. What else? What else do you think might happen? Put yourself in Jonas's shoes. He might not have been trusted. He would be on the run. Okay. So rebellion. Jonas could have went home, confronted his father, and suffered a consequence. Excuse me for lack of space, but write tiny. Of being released. Or running away. Or resulting in running away. Now, there's one other thing that I heard somebody else say. Somebody said that Jonas could have took that information that he used to warn people, okay? But could Jonas have possibly warned them openly? No. So what are some subtle ways Jonas could have warned people about what the actual process of release is? Memories. So how would he be able to use memories? Correct.
Since he saw the release of the baby, he could have transferred the memories to people slowly to let them understand what's going on.
Okay. So when you transfer information from one person to another, that is not necessarily empowering, but not necessarily helpful, but it will inform you to make better decisions. I said the word, guys, sorry. That's called empowerment. When there's a transfer of knowledge that can help somebody, okay? So I'm gonna erase acceptance up here. Has everybody wrote that down? Okay.
When you tell somebody something that's like bad, it's not always like it's not always like a bad way to say it, because it's like it can help them understand and like be aware of things.
Okay, so help me turn it. Help me write this. So we said empowerment, or I said empowerment. But show me how Jonas could have did that. Say it again.
He could have told people. When he told people, it would have been took in at a good way, so people can
Okay. So let me kind of help you a little bit, especially with what Adrian said. Jonas could have warned others through memories or the transfer of memories to help people what? Be aware. All right, let's try to go ahead and skip over to column 2. Let us put ourselves in Jonas' shoes. So Jonas ultimately decides he's going to leave the community. What would be some reasons? Think about what we've read so far, from the beginning of the book up until now, where he has a clear understanding of release. What would be a reason why Jonas chooses willfully to leave the community? Okay, Andrew.
He doesn't believe in the policies that the community
Okay.
has.
Let me write in a different color. Andrew says, beliefs change. Instead of saying Jonas, I'm going to say he. He doesn't believe in the, can I put one word in front of it? Can I say governing?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means ruling. He doesn't believe in the governing policies anymore. Why else might Jonas decide to leave the community?
He probably feel like it's too much for him, like too much weight on his shoulders.
Oh.
Looks like.
Okay, so when something begins to weigh too much on you, it becomes a what?
Stressful.
It becomes stressful, but I'm looking for that. Think about, has everybody seen the picture of the woman? She's carrying a big old bag and she walking upstairs. That bag must be very what? Heavy. So when something is weighing heavy on you, it becomes a what? Starts with a B.
Burden.
A burden, okay? So, knowledge becomes a burden to Jonas. And let's think of one final thing. Was it only Jonas and his sister and his mother and father that lived in the home? No. Who else was included in that familiar unit? Gabriel. So, how might Gabriel become a reason for Jonas to leave?
As I reflect on a lesson, I feel that my lesson objective had been met. Students were able to identify what shaped the reason why Jonas wanted to escape his community. They were able to tell me how Jonas could have responded to his new knowledge by either through acceptance, understanding that this is the process that happens within their community and going along with it, empowerment, using that knowledge to make positive, informed decisions moving forward, or rebellion, to actually confront the process and the system and to try to change it, but also knowing that he could either be released or have to run away. If there was anything I would do differently, I think I would give more time for students to have either a roundabout discussion or a debate. Their perspectives were unique. When I was able to ask them what would they do if they were in that position, and some made their decisions out of fear, and some made their out of confidence. Some made their decisions thinking of others, such as their actual family instead of familiar unit. And what stood out to me is that everybody's motivation or reason was different. However, each response was perfectly normal and acceptable. After I finish teaching this lesson, they are going to fill out a tracker or a chart where they interpret the novel's ending and then they try to develop a theme from the culminating events.